I was Alice had this issue earlier, and you knew, where like she was just blowing the trumpet, and then she died next to the plane crash, like at the very start. And then it was bugged the whole rest of the lobby, and we had to restart the lobby, and it just happened to me. So
okay, so don't blow the horn.
Yeah.
Okay. I try not to.
Okay. It sometimes, for the most part, it was working though.
Oh.
I'm talking to Ninu. I'm on Discord with her.
Oh, there she is. She's right there.
What the hell is that?
Hi, Ninu.
We have mods.
Yeah, we got mods.
Yeah, we have mods.
Wow.
You can customize yourself.
What?
Nova's face.
Thank you. You like it? I thought it was so fitting.
It is very fitting.
It's totally you.
This
It's
face of
totally
this breath
you.
is so you.
Oh my god. You can't hear the game? Oh, it does that every time. Oh no, wait, this might, guys, I'm gonna do a thing. It might make it so you can't hear me anymore. Okay, let's see. Let's see.
Alright.
And if that happens, I just have to restart my game.
Whoa, I got a bead.
Schmovin'.
Wait, what is this?
You've gotta schmoove it.
What is this on my face?
Feel the
Is it egg?
temperature into the real
Oh wait,
love.
hold up. Let me move it. How do I accept it? Hey.
Unfreaking
Oh my God.
believable.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. You're supposed to stop me.
Oh.
I wanna see
Don't
what
do
this
it.
is.
Don't do it.
Wait, how can I cut the rope, by the way? Like, I know
You can cut the rope?
Look. Yeah, if you press F on it.
Oh. Yeah,
okay, so
you
But-
know, we
but-
can fuck with each other. Wait, Nino, come over here.
What's
That's a
this
weird
on my
thing to do.
face? What's this on my face?
It says your best peak scout.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah,
I
the
carry
piggyback.
you.
Wait, what happened to one of my arms?
Yeah, we can hear you.
It's beautiful. You're just
Whoa.
holding onto my shoulders.
My head is
strong,
inside your
muscular
head.
shoulders.
Whoa.
Oh, also,
Damn,
Nino.
Nino.
Yeah?
Nino, open
You're
your
holding onto my
settings.
shoulders.
Go to the 4th tab and turn off anti-aliasing. It's a bunch of new graphic settings, but turn that off. You can do with the rest whatever you want.
Okay.
But make sure anti-aliasing is turned off.
Oh,
Nova.
okay, you did start streaming. Wait, hold on. Can you join the,
Wait, I thought I joined. I am in. Oh, join shared chat. My bad. I have to actually press a button.
Skeeter scatter.
I was teaching them my New Zealand slang that I learned.
Oh yeah?
I love Skeeter scatter. And what was it? Budgie smuggler?
Yeah, Budgie Smuggler is a Speedo.
What does that mean?
It's a
Budgie
Speedo.
Smuggler is a Speedo. It's like the underwear swimsuit that men wear sometimes.
Oh,
Well,
Speedo!
certain men.
Yeah, it's so funny. Oh man.
Goofy
Budgie
eyes.
Smuggler.
Whisper
Skeeter watching-
scatter into my ear.
Skeeter scatter the Aussies.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Was it fun?
The male bikini.
It was fun to see the New Zealanders. But
Ah.
You can make yourself black, Nino.
Wow.
it's just not.
I mean, it's just what we want me to say. It's stop it!
Thank you for
Stop it!
being-
Get away
oh
from
my
me! Get away from me!
gosh, thank
Get
you
away
for
from me!
being very-
Oh no! You're not gonna do that! You're not gonna do that! You're not gonna do that! Holy fucking
I do
shit!
not condone.
Oh my god! I don't know this guy. I don't know this
you
person.
said
He just
it.
kind of joined the lobby.
You said it!
Fable? That's exactly what you did before when you were flicking through the different colors, and I said
Wait,
it looked
did
really
I?
bad. Yeah, because
Oh,
look at the
no.
mouth you have. It also kind of looks like that.
Oh no! Oh my god! I didn't notice. Oh god!
Oh
Hi, Chief Lloyd, how
no.
you doing? Hello, welcome in. I hope you're having an amazing balls day.
No, kids, we do not condone that.
No,
Only
we don't
one
condone
who
that.
it's just Nito is
Yeah.
half.
I'm
Half.
This is a great
Yes,
one. You know, this is a great one. You look amazing.
Well, that's actually
Wait, why is your
really
sash different? How?
It's because Ravi got a mod to like make it so he has all the achievements, and that's like the top one apparently.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
get it to get.
No,
No,
it's
no,
like-
I didn't get
he
it for
unlocked-
that
He's
reason.
a cheater. He's a cheater.
No,
Wow.
it just gave me that. I didn't want it.
Cheetah.
Also, to be clear, it's not all
Cheetah.
achievements. It's all the difficulties. Not all the achievements. I don't have any of those.
Cheetah.
The only
Alright,
thing I
let's do the
cheat
map.
on is your mother.
Do the map.
What?
What the
You
hell?
can't cheat on Ninu's mother.
Yeah, I'm doing it with your mother.
What?
What
You
the
can't
hell?
cheat on my mother with me.
That's wrong. Oh my god. Blackface in my Pete gameplay.
Okay.
Oh, what's this?
So
Oh, it's
we
a
have
dead
mod where
person.
Yeah.
You can see where other players have died.
Yeah, I don't know how this guy's died here. That's impressive.
I'm going
Might
to
have been-
incinerate.
Oh wait,
Alice
that might have been me.
earlier when she-
Honestly,
That might have been me.
that might be Alice when she crashed.
Oh, she
Yeah.
T-posing.
But it shows other players and how they've died. Do we have Bong? We're gonna need Bing Bong and the Bugle.
I put Bing Bong in here. He's
Why
incinerated,
is
but
it
otherwise
dangerous?
okay.
Wow.
Bugle is a dangerous murder device.
Yes, but we will not use it. We just have it in the backpack. Yes.
Why do we
Ooh.
have it for
Yeah.
anyway if we're not gonna use it?
I found out
We
something
will
amazing.
use it
Yeah?
when we get to the camping lab.
Apparently, Nova has a hot cousin.
No, good God.
He does?
Yeah, she says she's gonna be my wingman.
Oh
Are
shit!
you gonna be my other wingman?
Yeah.
Hell yeah! I know I can
Yeah.
count on the girls.
Yeah.
Imagine he's watching that stream. That would be fucking. That would be-
No.
Did-
He's visiting other parts
Alright,
of
great.
America right now with
I
the rest of the
approve
New
this.
Zealanders.
I approve of
So,
this.
I don't think he would have my stream pulled up.
That is very good. That could have been very embarrassing.
Don't worry. I think I would have felt
Go,
more
go,
weird
nut.
if he heard me say that.
Coconut nut.
I was throwing coconuts out of the tree.
Inhale that shit.
Wait, what difficulty is this?
Normal.
Snort it
Oh.
right up.
Robbie started us on extra hard.
Imagine-
and so
No,
I
no.
Imagine if he doesn't
No.
have Nova Stream open but does have Fables.
He doesn't even know my Twitch.
Well, actually, I showed him shorts with you and Nino in it.
Oh no. Well, I guess I can forget about that.
No.
Oh man.
They said they like
It's-
us.
Yeah, they did.
We are very likable. We are
Oh, what
so
the fuck is
likable and
that?
humble. Oh,
What is
Furby,
that?
do you want to go get some
Floating
food,
jelly.
boy?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta quickly
Floating jelly
open the
bean.
door for Furby. Give me
Oh.
a second.
Okay, I take
Okay.
some.
Boy demands food.
I'm out of coffee.
Let's go. There's suitcases up here.
Oi.
Oh, I'm being carried. Oh, Ninu, you're so
Yeah.
strong.
I'm so strong. So powerful.
Your muscles are bulging in your shoulders.
So this is what I mean gay.
What?
It's gay.
Oh my god.
Just because I'm very muscular. You're
Yeah,
just
she's
jealous.
She is
I'm
built like a
built
bodybuilder, like IRL. Like Ninu is fucking huge and jacked. Like
Yeah.
Sappy, play rivals with us.
Yeah, she played Rappelers. She carried us.
oh man.
Ooh.
I like the new character, by the way.
Yeah, she's
like the
fun,
new
but she's just so weak. Which is sad.
Peak.
Weak. Oh my
Oh.
god.
Yeah,
Goofy.
but I'm still Moon Knight main. I love my boy. I love my boy Moon Knight. You know,
Moon
on a
Hawk.
spiritual
yeah,
level.
He's got the voice. He's got
Go,
the
go get the stuff.
The
Oh, he does
voices.
have the voice.
Oh, there's things in there.
Like people,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Grab the things.
What? Oh, sorry.
People don't
He-
I don't
realize
have space.
how much a nice voice can affect someone.
Okay, true. He does have like a Duke Nukem voice. I mean, that's
I've
all I
been
think of every
considering
time
if
I
I
hear his
should-
voice.
Oh my god.
What the fuck? How is this?
Oh,
Alright,
sorry.
I got off your back. I got off your back.
Oh, you can get off of that. Okay.
I got off your back, yeah.
Oh,
do you
who
help
died
me,
there?
Nova?
There's a dead floating dude up there.
No.
Oh no.
Alright. I
Guys, there's
believe
bandages up here.
Oh wait, there's another suitcase here.
Oh, and a second dead dude next to it. Ow.
Did you guys die
yeah,
here?
I've died.
It might have been us. I don't know.
Is your bag full?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I died face
well,
down
up
right
here.
here. This is my old skeleton.
Yeah.
Oh wow! You have a beautiful skeleton.
Guys,
Your
get the
incense-
bandages. We got baby pushies up here.
I need bandages. I need bandages.
Yes, indeed, yes.
Oh wait, we can go up here. This seems to be
Hello.
a little
I help.
easier.
Yeah, buddy.
I help.
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh, thank you.
I help.
She's so strong.
Right?
Yes.
I'm telling you. You were
Wait,
trying
what-
to throw
what-
something at
did-
me.
Did you
No.
eat it? What the hell?
You can go
He's
over
not
here.
that
Make you
far.
drop stuff if he hits you.
Oh
So I think he's trying to make you kill me.
no.
No. What? It's not all about you.
I will carry you to the top myself.
guys. You should come over here.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
This is not good. Wait, I'm
Oh,
getting
wait.
off your back so you can climb more.
Oh god, I'm getting a little hungry right now. I think my stomach is gonna growl soon.
Oh no.
Oops, I went
But I want
backwards.
to play more. I don't want to
Thank
stop.
you.
Order food. That fixes that problem.
I can't order food.
Most skeletons are Nova, Lampy.
I know you're like physically disabled to some degree, but I'm sure you can figure that out.
What?
What?
Oh.
Ravi? What?
Ravi forgot his meds.
What? No, I'm
Ravi
just
forgot his
encouraging her.
meds.
No.
Thank you.
I'm just encouraging her. She said she
Ravi
couldn't do it.
forgot
I'm saying she
his
can.
meds.
I didn't forget my meds.
Sometimes, Robbie, you say some things that just sound really bad to people who don't have context. Like,
Or who
No,
don't know
no,
you as
no.
a person.
No, Novelia, Novelia, that was a joke. It was supposed to sound bad.
oh, okay.
Oh, that makes
wait.
it.
I was being
I wish you
ignorant on
never
purpose.
said that. I wish you never said that.
Are you getting pizza today? I did say I was gonna get pizza. I did say I was gonna
pizza?
get pizza.
Papa pizza. Papa pizza.
Ba, ba, ba.
Krusty Krab pizza.
But what about my expired waffles?
What?
Like a karaoke.
Yeah.
I did karaoke this
You
weekend.
did? Oh, was it fun?
Who's Oki?
Yeah. I sang songs from Portal.
Aww.
Oh hell yeah!
I want to karaoke with you guys in theory.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is this Oki
I
person?
want to theoretically. Oh my god. I want to theoretically karaoke with you.
Dad joke.
He's doing it. He's doing the dad joke.
No.
Oh no. Oh no. You're looking
He
so
hasn't
menacing
asked
whenever you're
about how
standing there.
Furby's
by the way.
doing in so long.
Brother, I ask about Furby all the time. Literally just send me pictures, please.
Shaking my
Guys,
head
oh,
slowly.
Guys, you know Oliver? He's still missing.
Still?
Uncle Bunny. Oh,
Have you like has your mother like posted about it or something?
I will test it. I think it's okay.
Like on Facebook or something?
I may
Wait.
have.
Oh,
myself second.
oh,
Facebook?
Facebook. yeah, they posted it on Facebook.
Okay, good. Is he chipped?
Yeah, he's chipped, but like not
Okay, good.
microchipped with the like tracking.
Oh,
thing,
that's what I mean. That's what
Oh.
I meant. Yeah.
What is you?
which is weird because I don't get it. They need another chip to be like tracked.
I mean,
Yeah,
we just
there-
had to
there's,
chip him
there's the
one.
chip where people can scan it to see, if he's been chipped and, vaccinated and all that. It's just so like
Oh,
Huh.
yeah,
the vet can scan it.
Yeah.
which is different from the microchip you can actually track. You know, like a phone tracker.
Yeah, both Willow and Furby got that one. And then you gotta, don't forget guys, if you get your pets chipped in that way, don't forget that you also have to register them online so that when people do scan it, they know where it belongs.
Oh!
I never
hi.
Oh.
How's it going?
Good timing. You have a funny
Alice.
face.
I heard pizza mentioned. Hey, it's my leftover pizza.
Oh, hey, leftover pizza, can you make your wings
It's Novalia's leftover pizza. Hey, what?
You look incredibly derpy. I love it.
This is my normal face.
Yeah, this is just what she looks like, though.
I like to get a 180 view.
Alright, let's get Alice back.
Whoa! Ew.
Oh,
Ew.
we got another dead goober up here.
Who died here?
I don't know.
It's concerning.
A lot of people have died in this place.
Alright, let's
Maybe they've played the bugle a little bit too hard. Wait. No, there was no marshmallow for me.
Yeah, it's because Alice joined too late, so now you don't get any.
Oh, okay.
So, you know. It's just, it
Let's
is
get
what
some coconuts or something.
Here.
Fine.
I don't know if there's anything here.
Yeah,
Wait,
put a bunch
no,
of shit in
no,
that
that
backpack.
That was yours.
No, coconut up here. Coconut up here.
Welcome to the family. It's Novalius _ leftover pizza.
Stop it!
Alice, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you want some food?
It was me.
No, I got food.
Don't.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Oh,
can
wait,
you cook
pick
it?
up if you
I
want.
knew it,
If
you
feel like
bastard.
it's full, I can pick it up.
Yes.
I don't need to eat. I don't need to eat it though. I had a mushroom. I took the marshmallow from Fable, I think.
Okay.
I want to cook
Don't
it.
play that, you'll get stuck and die.
It wasn't. No!
Not
Don't do it.
bugle.
Skeleton.
Not the bugle!
Green.
Anything but the bugle.
What that was?
You
Well
don't wanna,
done.
you don't
Bugle
want,
curse?
you don't want to eat that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Can you
Okay.
cook it?
Yeah, I
Maybe
cooked
if
it.
you cook it,
It's well done.
Okay,
Oh.
actually, try to eat it if it's cooked.
I
Like
think
maybe
it's a bit more.
if it's cooked,
It's
it's
smoking.
gonna.
I think it's a bit more than well
Oh.
done.
You know what else is smoking?
Oh, you motherfucker.
Ready to it?
I'm taking you. I'm gonna throw you off a cliff.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
I
gonna be like, wee.
I just gave you my backpack.
Wait,
Oh.
this is just the same island again, isn't it? Or is it like the
Yeah, I don't know
Oh.
why. It refuses to reset. I don't know why. Anyway, Nina, we go over here on this thing on the right because it's like cool and stuff.
It worked out the other time.
Yeah, it worked out perfect. Other than
Yeah, I see dead bodies though. So, open bag.
Come over here.
Okay, hold. I'm getting bag. There's so many bags. Ooh. Wait, bag. Ooh, oh! It hit me in the head. Hello? Hi. Hello. Hell.
Is it like a... here.
Look what I got.
Is that barbecue?
Yeah, we can make food with it. Wait, that's the fun thing they're talking about? Climbing?
I have no idea. If I was too far away, so it was hard to say.
The villain asked me,
I can't believe you've done
what
this.
is Nunu doing after Eep Eep? Oh, darling, Nunu's doing just fine after
Get some
that
banana.
Eep Eep.
Web.
You know how they are, always bouncing back with those small legs of theirs. They're probably just busy plotting their next chaotic move.
Oh,
Yeah, I heard they're
Wait,
channeling that
wait,
energy
wait,
into
wait,
more
wait,
peak
oh, Grant, I
gameplay.
can pick you up
What
from
do
there.
you think they'll
Walk
do
on this,
next?
right?
Mau Mau.
Meow meow.
Wait,
Oh.
did you fall at some point? Because there's nothing in your backpack.
I don't think we put anything in the backpack yet.
I didn't.
Oh no, that's right. Nino has my backpack.
Yeah,
And I
that's
don't know where Nino is.
I
yeah.
have no clue where Nino is either.
Ha.
Oh, it's very close.
Oh, Nino, are you around here somewhere?
Are you with Alice?
I'm down here.
Do you need help?
You
to
said-
get up, or are you good?
You guys said what? It's fun. Where's the fun?
Guys,
Yeah?
I'm trying to communicate with Nino about getting her up here, but I can't hear her.
But that wasn't a good chat though. That wasn't.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I
I
know.
didn't mention
Hi.
chat at all.
I know, but
Alright,
you said
sorry,
that
I
was
was-
hot to chat when we're
I can't hear Nino because you're still talking! Nino, where are you?
Dad.
You're dead? No, you're not.
Yeah.
Climb up the tree. Here.
Yes, I'm
There.
trying.
There you go. And then you climb up here.
Okay, let me get my stamina. Oh, it's just.
No, you're fine, you're fine.
Yeah, look what I got.
Alright.
Look what I got.
Oh, we can cook food.
Yeah.
We just gotta get some food. Let's go.
Yeah.
Wait, look at me.
Yeah.
Never gonna stop.
Oh. Oh, this is cool. Oh.
Yeah, come here. You just climb up here.
Okay.
And then you do a funny little jump.
Okay. Oh, it's raining.
Yeah, it is. Don't worry, you're fine.
Okay.
She's down there.
Can't believe we're going this way again. We could have taken a completely different location.
No, this is the right way. You saw how many dead corpses were the other way?
Now we can do this.
Yeah, but all the
Fine.
dead corpses over here are us. So that doesn't
This time's gonna
count.
be different. This time's gonna be different.
Yeah, it is. Okay, let's get everybody up here first. Alright.
Okay, so we have a rope cannon. We have an.
I have rope.
I have
I have
a
rope.
rope cannon.
I have rope and I have pecan.
Oh yeah, Nino, if you have multiple rope, hold down C with one of them in your hand and you can put them together so you have even more rope.
Oh.
Yeah, so they
And then
don't
it
take up
will
multiple
it will
slots.
count as like one item.
All right, guys.
Well, yeah, and it just gives multiple uses.
Oh, okay. Wait.
I love you.
Is there
Singing about bow
is there rope in my bag?
Let me check. No.
Do I have
There's
anything in
this
the
trail
bag?
mix that I'm gonna. Yeah, there's a bing bong is in there,
Oh, okay.
and thick mints. So if you need food, there's a good food in there.
All right.
Okay, guys.
So what's the
before
game
we
plan?
died,
Wait for the rain. Wait for the rain. Wait for rain to show up, and then wait for it to. Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay,
Nino,
should we do this? Or
we're
should
gonna-
we use
we're
the
gonna-
rope cannon?
No, because the rope cannon won't reach. We're gonna jump on
Okay.
the fucking vine here once the rain's over.
Wait, let me go first because I have a little bit of extra stamina so that I can help you up if you need it.
I have full extra stamina.
Ravi no
Okay, well, in
wanna
that
be
case
a
you go
stinky
first.
corpse again. Wait, did Ravi die here?
No, I didn't. That never happened.
That happened.
No. Anyway.
Okay,
just
you
wait.
go
As
first
soon
and
as-
then you help us.
Yeah, everybody follow along so we
Okay.
can get over before the rain comes again. I'll go first though. Alright, let's
Okay.
go.
Oh. After you.
Alright, we can do this. This time it's gonna be so different.
Yes.
Whee! I missed
Grab the
it.
vine up here, by the way. What?
No, Nova fell.
No, that's not. How did Nova do that?
How did she miss the whole thing?
Oh no. Oh
Grab
no.
onto the vine. Grab onto the vine, Ninu. If you need to.
I could make it.
There you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
so-
Nova!
Okay.
Nova is the only one who didn't make it.
Yeah, she's gone. She's cooked. We're
Nova,
not getting her.
come back,
It's not
please.
happening.
Nova, come back.
Oh, Nova, I'm sorry.
All right, wait.
I
That's
love
right.
you.
We should have
gotta
given
go
her
up
the
this thing.
bag.
Guys, we gotta go over on the other side. That's right. Alice tried to go up over there and it didn't work.
Can we get high enough though? Like I feel like we're running out of stamina.
No. Okay, so go up here. And then when we jump from here,
Hi.
we get some speed on
Hello.
it. Or, well, actually, maybe we could jump over on this thing and then climb up there.
Yeah, that could
I
work.
have pecan. Wait. Take my pecan in case.
Okay,
if you
drop it.
yeah,
Just
I
drop
don't
it.
want it to
I'll
fall.
grab it. There you go.
All right.
Okay.
You go
I'll go
first.
first because I have a lot of stamina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, this one's easy.
Okay.
Nice and simple. I'm not sure we even need a pizza on here. No, we don't. That's a place
I
you
got my
can
hand
right
in
here.
case you need it.
No, I'm
Thank
just...
you.
Okay, can you help Alice in case she needs it?
Yeah. I got it.
Okay, here.
Okay.
Come here. Here.
Oh,
Thanks for
Okay,
checking.
you stay there. I'm gonna find the
Thank
next
you.
spot.
Okay,
You can
okay.
go like up left to like over here where I am.
Yeah. I'm going.
Oh, I think Nova died for the greater
No,
good
no,
of
I'm
us
bowling, I'm
to
bowling.
give us direction.
Wait. Ah, guys,
No,
Who pushed you?
This is it. Oh god, I'm hanging here. I'm
good?
I'm gonna be like the bugle now in my demise.
No.
You don't
I
die.
got rolled.
No, I'm coming.
No, Robbie!
No, I couldn't get to her in time.
Wow. Wow.
I was gonna grab the bugle out of her backpack.
Oh wow.
No comments.
Oh man.
Wait, does she have
She had the bing bong.
Bing Bong?
Yeah.
You need to get it.
No, it's all the way down there.
You have to get it.
No,
You have to do it for Bing
Yeah.
Bong.
it's okay.
No,
I put a
guys,
piece on
keep
her
going.
across.
Where's
okay. It's okay.
Oh, the thing, what happened?
wait?
Grab me.
Wait,
I was
Big
I was
Bong.
being pushed off the side, but it's okay. I forgive.
What?
Big Bong.
Well, forgive, but no one pushed you.
No, I was being like there was only like a small little thing to stand, and I was like being nudged from the side.
I'm putting a pizza on right here.
But it's okay.
Okay.
My
Ooh.
sacrifice
shit,
will
wait.
not be in vain.
Wait. Hello. Oh, only one
shit.
person can grab it. Only one
Oh my
person
God.
on it at a
Oh,
time.
Wait, all this time,
Grab the pizza.
all this
Grab the
time.
pizza. Grab the pizza.
the game has been muted. Are you clear? Okay.
You're fine. You're fine.
Thank you
Come
for
over here.
telling
Come
me.
over
I
here.
appreciate
Come
it.
over here.
I'm getting a little bit hungry here.
Jump over.
Yeah,
Jump
it's
over.
fine.
There you go. There you go.
Stamina.
No, it's fine. Watch this. Watch this. Nino, let me turn around. Turn around. Let me open your backpack. All right, here you go, Alice. Stick mix. Don't
Yeah, only
don't
since the
push me.
restart, but like we've restarted like since the beginning
no.
of all of this.
Oh no, I'm not sure I can make it here.
Oh, I
Alice-
just blocked them. Yeah, there goes that.
Oh,
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
You have to-
Nino,
you
here.
have to
Eat
stand
these. Eat these. There you go.
You put them in my bag.
Oh,
Uh-oh, it's slippery.
no, I got it. I got it. Wait. It's slippery. Just wait.
Can you get it out of my bag and just feed it to me?
No, I just did.
Oh, you did?
Oh wait, you have Bing Bong. You have
I
Bing
have
Bong.
Big Bong.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Why are you trusting me with this?
What? You took my backpack. What do you mean?
gave
I didn't
me the
trust you with shit.
backpack.
I didn't
That is
give
true.
it to you.
No,
You
that is
put
true.
it
You
on me.
gave her your backpack.
No, I never gave it to her.
I'll
Well,
carry
well, let's go.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Wait, let's go as in that way?
No.
no.
You do not jump. Do not jump.
Oh no.
What if I just drop off and grab the wall? Yeah, I get all your stamina and then my own by jumping off your back.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't have it. I don't have it in me.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I can grab you up here. Come here. I got you.
I'm gonna die.
There you go.
Thank you.
Your face is funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that a lot. I get that a lot.
Yeah, man, it's cute. It's cute.
Okay, guys, we drop to the vine, climb over, and grab the rope. Okay?
Wait.
The vine. Right, just follow me.
What?
I really thought that you were gonna fall.
Yes. No, because I put a rope here.
Okay. After you?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Hump, if you need to hump.
I can grab your hand.
How do you hump?
Just click space the entire time, but only do it when when you're out of stamina. You can like spam space and like try to hump your way up there.
Yeah.
I do that a lot.
With
and then I
sheer
Yeah.
power.
Nova's an avid
I can't
humper.
help it. I can't help it.
Oh!
Why?
I had to. You were standing there. I had to. It's okay. You're fine. See, I helped up again. See?
All right, Nino, go. You
Okay.
can do it.
What? You were standing there. Like, what are you?
All right,
I'm
guys,
doing
Nino is
it.
coming.
I'm doing it! I have Bing Bong.
All right. Okay. Hold the rope. Exactly. Get up there.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
I made
there
it.
you go. You made
I
it.
made
You're
it.
almost at the top, guys. I'm so proud.
Oh,
no.
For
Don't.
fuck's sake, woman!
Sorry, I just didn't see the time. I'm gonna start off my bar, I
I
guess.
see a thing, I see a thing.
Goodness
I see a good
sake,
spot.
woman! Wow.
Anything
For
here?
fuck's sake. Up here. I see thing, I see
Yeah, I
thing.
was just seeing if there's something I can eat or something.
This vine right here.
Eh.
Yeah, it goes straight to the top.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't poop it, but
Let's see.
yeah.
Is
All
this?
fresh. It's
Uh-oh.
it's a bulbous plant. The one that's next.
Ah!
Oh,
My bag! My bag!
did you throw it?
No, I put it down.
Oh, careful! You lost a rope. You lost a rope over there, like behind you, like over here.
Oh.
I'm getting some
Oh, I lost my cooking
I
thingy.
got your barbecue. I don't know
You
what
do?
else you dropped
Okay,
there.
nice. Oh,
Can put it in your bag.
Yeah, you can put it in the bag.
For me if you want.
put it in my
it's in
bag.
there. I don't know, does it make you extra heavy if you put more stuff in the backpack?
yeah.
It's not matter.
I
Okay.
love your face.
You
Lovely eyes.
like it? I have 180 view. I am the predator.
It's not raining anymore.
Wait, which way am I supposed to go? Oh no.
Take the vine that leads all the way up here.
I don't see a vine that goes all the way up here.
Wait, where is
I
it?
don't see any.
No, right here. It's right below me. It leads up to the bottom of this platform I'm on.
It's like over above you, right here, Alice.
Oh, this
Yeah, jump
one!
up there. It leads up here if you can see me. Up here. And
Yeah,
then
I
I'll
see
grab
you,
your
I
hand
see
and
you.
get up
I
here.
don't know if I'll make it though.
Don't
you're fine,
You
you're
know,
fine.
it's like I'm like on it right now over here. This
Alright,
this
get up
line.
here. I got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'll make it either. I'm kind of
Just don't jump
hungry.
until you
Okay.
get there, and Robbie's holding out his hand.
I got you. No,
Jump
no,
right in.
Nino,
It's okay. Nina's good. Nina's fine. Nina's fine.
I was hungry.
Okay, we're good.
I was hungry.
Nino, grab this. I drop apple. Eat it.
Okay. Thanks. Oh, my toe is twisted.
No, wait. I'll take care of
That's
it.
fine. You have 9 more. You're good.
I'll take care of it.
Thank you.
Like a cat with 9 lives.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did you dip them in Cheeto dust again, Ninu? Oh, you know that keeps me going. You know that makes me feel a certain way.
Oh.
Yeah, there is.
Oh man.
It's gonna be real hard. Okay, wait.
Can
I'm gonna go here.
When she climbs up.
Nino might eat some more food.
Nino.
Yeah. Yeah.
I grabbed these bananas up here. Look up.
Oh.
Well,
Oh.
I'll get some more. Hold on.
What the hell?
She just stared at him. She didn't even try.
What do you mean? She didn't even try.
Are you still trying to get up here or? I can't see of the legs here. I don't know if
There's no banana ba? Oh, I don't think I can make that. Okay.
Where are you? You ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready to hear what's the food. Like,
Where is it? Oh.
Okay, Nino, I'm gonna count down and then I'm gonna throw. Okay, I got one more.
Robbie, the trajectory is making it fall short of where Nino is.
Okay,
That
yeah,
one
I'll
didn't get
throw it
within her
higher.
reach.
3, 2, 1, go. Nah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Okay,
not
that
me.
one-
That hit her thing.
that one did hit her in the head.
You. I'm special.
Nino, that was all the food I had.
Oh. It's too far
Oh, wow.
down. Wait, is he
Oh
okay?
no. What if you go like up over here, Nino, over here to that like the rock over on this side,
Yeah, I was thinking of.
and try to find a different way?
Wait. Yeah, Nino, I see a path. I
Yeah,
see
like
a
over
path.
here.
No, up here. Up there.
Oh,
okay, you
it's
can
safe.
rest there.
Yeah, up here.
Hey, a monkey. Alright, Nino, come here.
Yeah.
Okay, we go this way.
Okay.
Be careful of the bulbous.
Yeah,
Don't
don't
worry.
touch the Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur?
No, we just go. Oh, okay, I'm out of stamina.
Oh.
He's too
No, we-
impatient.
Yes. Why am I so
Oh,
slow?
so is that
Fine.
somebody's bones over there?
Yes.
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
no.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Why, yes. Yes.
Alright,
it
right
is.
here. Careful, there's a beehive up here. Wait, do you have anything to throw at it? We get honey.
I have rope.
Sugar.
No, we don't want to. We gotta throw. Don't throw the rope. That's
honey,
important. We need
honey.
that.
I have.
Wait, Nino, give me
you
the rope.
Girl.
Give me the rope. I can put a rope up here so you can climb up.
Okay.
Don't throw it hard. Oh my god.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that was too hard.
What do you mean? You aimed it at my head full force?
No, it wasn't full force. If it was,
only
then
would've
you would
worked.
be dead.
I
You would be
swear.
with Fable and
Alice
Nova.
is totally
I'm giving you my head, by the way.
Wait, what do you mean she's screwed? She was perfectly fine. She could have stood still and nothing would have happened.
Wait, I'll give you a boost.
Oh yeah,
Which way?
boost. I've got boost. Wait for the rain. No, wait for the rain. Wait for the rain. And then throw me over here.
Do I need to move? Okay,
Right. Okay, go.
Hold up, let me
Wait,
move.
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Now. Perfect.
Oh
There's a
no.
mushroom over there.
Okay.
Over here, and there's a mushroom in this direction.
Okay. I am dropping rope.
Go up that.
Yay.
Is this enough?
No, bit more.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Oi.
Thank you.
Oh, you're careful of all the plant. Alright, Alice, what's happening?
Did she die?
Oh, she's down.
No, she's still
down there.
alive. She's still alive.
You need to nom nom.
I see some apple.
She went down to retrieve a luggage, but then the fog arrived, and so now she's climbing back.
Ah, oh, she was in the. Oh shit, the fog is here.
The fog is here?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Yeah!
You're fine.
I'm fine.
I will give you a boost. Do you have more stamina than me?
Oh, I think it might.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me give
You
me your
ready?
head. There you go. Boink. Ugh.
Okay, that was no difference.
Oh no. Put your hand up, put your hand up, put your hand up. Thank you.
Hey, do you guys have an antidote for
Nope.
For Alice.
No, oh yeah, let's go around. Maybe we can go around.
Alice?
Yeah, let's go this way. This way.
It's okay.
You're fine. You're fine, Alice. Oh, there's loot here. Piton. There's an energy drink there if you.
Oh.
Neo, come here.
Yeah.
grab. Here, let me put this in the backpack.
Slowly going.
Alright, let's see what's in this one. We gotta be
Wait,
faster.
maybe-
The fog's coming.
Maybe you should take the backpack.
Oh, there's the rest.
Yeah, I can do that. Here, I'm feeding you trail mix. You should
Oh,
be fine.
thank you.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. I see more loot up there, but I also see food over here.
Let's see.
Oh, the,
Oh,
Yes.
you're
No,
there
but
with the
over
people!
here.
Yeah, the blueberries.
People.
Yeah,
the
I'm good.
red ones.
It's so beautiful.
People.
There you go. Alright,
Oh,
You guys are
that's...
doing it.
I see the fog. The fog is coming.
Yeah,
It's rising.
no pressure.
Oh, what about this rope? But I don't know. I don't think.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Nino, back here. Here. Okay, we can jump from here onto that.
Oh.
Like, huh. There you go. Maybe I should do this with stamina.
You see that suitcase?
Possibly.
Oh,
Oh.
we can't.
Yeah,
we
dude,
can't
I
do
got a
it
pick.
against-
There was
Oh.
tick on you.
Oh,
Oh,
eat it.
Yeah, here, it's good for you.
disgusting.
Yeah, eating them is good. Hold on.
I fed it to you. Do I have any ticks?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
No ticks.
Wait, I
on
can get the suitcase from here, I think.
You guys might be doing it.
Oh my god.
Wait, Nino, I'm gonna throw
Yeah.
this to you. I don't have inventory space.
You know
Catch
that
it.
this is not the best
I
thing.
did.
Oh
Perfect.
wow, you actually
I did it.
Wow!
Jesus
I had total
Christ.
faith in you, baby girl.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I-
You want a boost?
Guys, there's no rain. That's the word. Let's take the zip line or whatever it is. Line.
There you go.
Let's go.
Oh,
Tip.
there you go. I'll give you a
I
boost.
Stand on Nina's
didn't
head.
think I would make it. Can
Yeah,
I?
you're fine.
Jump
Yeah,
on
I'll
her
boost
head,
you.
and then you can jump
It's
over
easy.
there.
You got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then
You got
I
it. You got
can-
it. Now climb after Robbie.
What about?
Hurt. It hurt.
Oh, let me go.
I'll grab you.
It hurt.
I don't think I'll make it. But
No, you're
the
fine. Grab
person
behind, grab
says-
behind. Oh,
no,
shit.
no.
What
Okay,
is?
fine. There's a soup.
Oh, you can go like over here. Like you don't have to use the vine. There's like another path,
I
like
found a med kit.
like
you
over
know the
in
path?
this direction. Like you see how there's like rocks that lead up to where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh.
can just use that instead. It's gonna be like a bit of a longer way, but
Oh no, it's poison.
No, it's not fog.
exactly. Then you go.
Climb up
Careful
here if
of
you
the
can.
bulbos.
Oh wait, no, rain.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Okay,
Oh,
so
look what
like
I
this
found.
way.
Oh,
That's a banana boss.
No, it's
Here,
the
take that
it's
and
the,
continue.
it's the thingy. The plate.
It's the one that makes a platform.
Yeah. Oh.
Thought she was a gamer. I am a gamer. I am indeed a gamer.
Oh.
But alas, wait. When did I die?
Are you
Okay.
missing health?
Yeah.
I got a med kit.
Okay. Don't throw it yet. Oh wait, maybe I can go like all the way here.
In fact, maybe don't throw it at all.
Inventory, so I kind of need
Yeah.
to throw it. I can't
Oh.
climb.
No.
Oh,
Oh, there's a. Okay.
there's a suitcase there. Yeah.
Okay. Don't think.
She's too far for you to throw it.
No, she ain't. What's this?
I am.
Okay. Just keep going up. Just keep going up.
Nina's right behind you.
Oh yeah. Okay. Maybe
I
just
got
get
a
it
tick
quick,
on me.
quick.
No, I got a tick on me.
You're fine.
No, I don't feel fine.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, but the tick is still on her though.
The tick is on me.
Oh yeah, I see it.
It's on me.
It's fine.
It's not fine, bruh.
Yes, it is. Come up here and I'll grab it.
Oh, don't touch the bulbous thing. Okay, there we go.
Oh.
Careful, there's one right above you.
Oh.
There's a lot.
Oh no.
Don't you're aiming. Okay, yeah. Good. Don't touch the bulbous thing. There's one right there. Oh, but there's also a suitcase up there.
And so poisonous.
Go around like this.
Down this direction. There's a suitcase.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Oh, this way.
Oh yeah, and there's also those purple berries up there
Are they okay
that you
to
can eat and give you extra stamina. Here.
Over here.
That is also
The
safe to
stick
drink.
is eating me.
Over here.
The
over
tick
here.
is eating me.
If you can get them.
Yeah, try eating one.
Right here.
Yeah.
I think the yellow one for rain.
Oh,
It doesn't poison you further.
Yeah. There we go.
yeah, he's good.
And I think you can go up further here. Like you might have to go like into like along the side.
Yeah.
Gamers don't die, they respawn. I'm shooting myself with that. Oh my god. That is the kind of shit you'd see on a shirt that they sell at a store at the beach.
Oh.
Okay, you're doing great, Ninu. Also, don't shoot
think so?
yourself. Yeah, you can do this. So you have extra stamina on everything.
Yay.
Well, you don't need to. It's okay. Ninu is fine.
I think I'm fine. Oh, the top is
Okay,
right
you
there.
Just go up here. Exactly. See, you're doing it. I always
Oh
knew
my
you could
god.
do it.
You guys
What, I'm
did
really
it.
telling them that you're at
You
the
guys helped me. It's right there.
Motherfucker, where?
The smoke.
Oh, there you go.
Hello.
Leo, come here.
Can
Let
you
me
get
that
this
stick.
stick off?
So
Yes.
I think Alice might join
There
the
you go.
ghosties.
You're a gamer.
Oh.
I'm not gay.
Oh no. Oh no.
Can we get her?
Oh.
You might be able to climb
Wait,
down and get her.
if she dies, then
The respawn statue is right there. But
Yeah, the
I guess
respawn
if-
statue's right here. I guess it's not worth losing health for if she's just gonna
wait.
respawn.
We can
anyway.
take these hot ones, right? For like when we are down there in
Yes,
the
yeah,
cold.
when we start freezing, yeah.
Oh, get the baggie here. The baggie.
Oh yeah, might as well put that on. There you go.
Oh yeah, I should probably
Okay, I
put
guess
things
she's a
in
little
it.
far.
I'm high.
Oh, it's actually full.
What? Okay, I thought that was Alice.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have had that. Oh,
Hi.
hello.
Damn. You
Alright, Alice.
look like such a lightweight.
Yeah.
Fuck, how do we get up there? Oh,
Oh,
Alice
there
is
you
there.
are.
Bring
Oh.
us back.
You can respawn us.
Welcome.
Let me go
I gotta,
hit the statue.
Okay.
I gotta go soon.
No, you don't.
What?
Guess
What?
I'm just gonna move my mouse.
Oh,
to see me there.
Alright, you guys are back.
Hell yeah.
We can turn the
Marshmallow.
campfire one now.
I think maybe you're. Oh yeah, I always like that. Like, do not call her your mother.
No,
Is your
come
mother
here.
single?
Wait, no, I have to tell my D&D group I'll be in a
Is this like the edge of the map or something? What is this?
Well, yeah, because this opens up, so we get to the next map.
Yeah.
Ah.
This is just the first time we've gotten this far.
My mom has a
Wait.
girlfriend.
Wait, really?
You don't have
She's got
enough
more game than
marshmallows,
me.
really?
No.
Your mom's pretty base. You know what? Good for your mom. I love that. I love it for her.
It's fine, I'll just have an apple. She needs it more. Actually, no, he needs it.
Your mom has more
You
game
took
than
an
me
apple out
too.
of my backpack, bro.
Uh-huh.
Alright, here we go.
Alright,
Yeah.
guys. I think I got to go, so you will have to carry on the rest of the adventure
Oh.
without me.
Do you have any stuff on you?
Nova.
Alright.
No, I have
Okay.
not. My name. I
Oh.
probably should have just given you my
Aw.
marshmallow though instead of eating it.
Bruh.
Was it delicious?
It was
so
good.
Oh my
It was so
god.
good.
It's fine, baby.
But
Alright.
wait. I'm gonna.
He's not going.
read
He's
the
not
rest.
going. I have on my back.
Alright. Well, goodbye, Nova.
He can't leave us.
We will never forget you.
The backpack is on the valley right now.
Oh, it's on me.
Wait, where's the backpack?
Where the oh no, Valley,
It's on me.
take your backpack
Yeah.
off before you get.
No,
Okay,
shit.
never mind. Okay,
Wait,
I'll
no,
do
I have it,
I'll
look.
do it.
Oh, okay, you got it? Okay, it's just backpack.
Alright.
Okay.
Was
Okay, guys, the fog is coming, by the way.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say that I really need to go to the toilet
Goodbye.
right now, actually.
Okay, well, in that case, here. Come on, you're on, go to the toilet, I'll carry you.
Thanks.
Alright, let's go, let's go, let's
She
go.
left.
Boy, boy,
We gotta get moving.
boy, boy.
Oh, you've got to move it.
The elder.
Oh!
Feel the temperature.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Ew.
Oh, it's snow.
It is. I love snow
Wait.
so much.
What? I had a weird scream.
That was Robbie.
I have 1 health. What the fuck? I felt like 2 feet.
It's okay. I'll carry.
I
I'll carry.
don't have med
Wait,
kit.
can you take the backpack?
Okay, then you take Alice.
Wait, get my marshmallow. Well, no, I need you to take both. I have 1 stamina. That.
Oh.
Oh shit. She's up there.
Oh fuck.
Let me eat this.
Oh, she's being
Help.
blown off right now.
Help, I'm still being hit by the I'm
Yeah.
gonna die! I'm gonna die!
Don't die. Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
No.
You say. No.
You
Should be
oh,
saved like down here. Maybe.
oh. Dang.
Did he faint?
I'm
Yeah,
fine,
he's
I'm
back.
fine, I'm fine.
Here you go. Do you need food?
Okay.
What do you need?
No, I don't need food, I need everything else.
Okay, I can look
Okay.
at the backpack here. There's a.
Oh yeah, I need a
suitcase.
medkit, man.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff over there. Oh, let me get the winter berries because we're gonna need them. By God, we're gonna need them. Hunger
Oh,
is rampant out here.
there's soda if you want. Water, I mean.
The wind.
Wait,
Chills
don't
into your
the
bones.
segments heal a little bit, don't they? Oh no, they don't. Yeah, drop
Pigments.
that.
Oh.
No, don't throw it.
They don't heal. They give you stamina.
Yeah, that's not what I need. Well, I guess it helps, but you know.
Then tell me what you want. What you really want.
Wait,
60
we don't have
bucks.
the bugle, right?
Same.
No, but we
I
have-
died with it.
Yeah, but we have Bing Bong. That's what matters.
Oh, that hurt.
Yeah.
That is true, Lampy. That is indeed true. Also, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. But you are indeed
What?
correct.
Ow! That hurt
Yeah, also-
too.
Yeah, I also broke my leg with that. It's fine. There's more luggage over there.
What is that? Is that luggage?
There's luggage.
Oh. Hi.
It's a luggage. Come over here, baby girl.
I
Baby
hit.
girl.
I'm down here.
He's in the hole. He's fine.
Oh, I hit myself with the bag.
Backpack fly.
Wait. Oh, it's there.
Okay, make
Okay.
sure you grab all your stuff again,
Yeah,
because the backpack's just laying there.
I wanted all
All
this,
right.
and then I'll put the mints in here and then I wear this.
Luggage. Luggage.
Oh, it's the one that's like changed. What do you lose?
So in that case, health. I'm pretty sure it's health. So let me pick it. Yeah.
Wait, I'm missing health.
Oh,
you can sing to me.
Wait, backpack. There you go.
Okay. Well, now I also need something
gonna
to
sing
remember
to me?
Why?
Why?
We gotta go get more luggage in the. Oh fuck yeah! No, I really need something to heal me.
Over there as well.
Oh no.
I see 3 luggage thingies.
Good,
Well,
because I
that's
barely have
back.
any stamina now.
I'm gonna pop this here. Go over there.
Whenever
There's one over there.
I tell you
I'm gonna go
guys that
grab
you
one
guys
over
are doing well, I'm clapping my ass cheeks. But
Yeah, there's 2 over here. Cross your fingers, guys. Cross your fingers.
I'm
that
special.
I'm gonna have some,
I'm special.
some healing stuff in there.
I'm special. Is that a suitcase there? It's a bit far though, isn't it? Am I not hidden? Oh, I don't like that. I'm gonna heat this up. Yay. Where's this suitcase? Over there. Oh, food. Where are the capybaras? Capybaras. Capybaras. Gosh. You're a special gremlin.
I see bacon.
I'm not sure where they are. I'm not sure if they have any.
I'm here! I'm here!
Oh,
You're close to me, Fable.
hiding from the snow right now. I still don't know where you guys are.
I'm here. I can hear you. I think you might just be a little bit above me. Or around this big rock.
Do you have anything to heal?
No.
Thank you.
I have this.
Thank you.
Also, let me grab the backpack and all. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah.
What is apples? Apple. 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 Oh. Oh no. Ugh. Wait, still? Ouch! Oh, somebody's floating there. Oh man, I'ma need some health. Oh yeah, let me eat this. Oh. No. Should probably grab one more. One more. Apple. Oh, not again. I have apple. I have apple. I have apple. I have an 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 apple. Wait, I think this is a mistake. Oh. Oh. There's more apple. Yeah. Yeah. Health, I know. I need health too. No, but I have apple. There's more apple if you want. Oh no. I get apple. 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 I have an apple. Wait, I'll keep this safe. I have an apple. Usually it's a bad idea going in the caves. Oh no. My legs are broken. Oh, my legs are real ass broken. My legs are broken. Ah! The Leviathan.
Nina, why are you over there?
Because my leg brokey.
Your leg brokey? Oh no.
Yeah.
No, but there were like
Please
some
stay from the window here.
here.
Wait, can we
Yeah.
climb up here?
I was looking.
It kind of, yeah, we can go up here. But is this a hole up here? No, I guess not.
No, but it's sparkly here. Oh, you want an apple?
No?
Look
Well,
at
actually,
my
yeah, sure.
apple.
Here, just drop it. Oh, no, okay. Guys, the fog is coming!
The fog is coming. Oh no.
I was trying to run the tree.
Well, you got Bing Bong, that's what matters.
Yeah,
There's a mushroom thing here.
Yeah, there's one in my bag as well.
There's something in the backpack.
Maybe I should take
Okay,
it out.
no, shoot it up, throw it up there, below this thing, then we go up
get
to
it
that
from my
platform,
bag.
grab that.
Get it from my
Okay.
bag.
Where did you guys go?
Up. Alright, I'm gonna throw it up there. Perfect.
Okay, I can't climb that, but you could.
No, you can. You can climb up here.
I have no stamina.
Just wait for me. I'll grab you.
Are you sure you want to go in here? Oh yeah, no, there's an opening, that's fine.
Here you go. Let me throw this up here.
The spider caves have been treacherous.
There you go. Alright, climb. I'll get you.
Okay. Oh shit, man. Oh shit, man.
Okay.
Wait,
What's happening behind me? Oh, hi.
I'm good. Hey, Ellen.
Food? I need some food, bro. I am fucking starving.
Look at my backpack. Maybe I have food. I forgot.
There's no food. There's shelter.
Scout apple.
I'm about to die.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Alright,
about
let's
to
go.
die.
No,
Wait,
guys,
I
come up
have
here.
big bong.
Maybe.
Maybe somebody should.
Cookies.
Somebody else should
Yeah,
take
eat
my
them.
bag.
Yeah, I'm eating it.
I don't have enough stamina.
No, Alice, take her backpack.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Hold on.
Sorry. There you go.
Fable, wait, Fable, wait. Just wait there. Help me here. Help me get them up.
Okay.
The fog is coming for us. Come on, come on.
I can't do it.
Wait, Nina, no.
Do you want me to boost you?
No, here, slight bit of rope. Take that. There you go. Let's go up here. Now, okay. I am gonna do this here. There you go. Alright, now we climb. Come.
Is there a limit as to how many people can be on the rope?
No.
Okay.
And now we climb up to the next one.
Thank
Right
you.
here.
Oh man.
Alright, let me grab you. There you go. Next.
I can't make it.
Grab her.
You can make it. I'm trying.
I don't think I can. I don't have the stamina for it.
No, Nino.
Wait, move. Fable, move. Move.
I have no stamina.
I got you, Nino. I got you. I
Okay,
put it
that's
wrong.
enough. That's enough. I think.
There you go.
Cell phone, so I don't know how to use it.
Okay.
You throw it against the wall?
Yeah. Hold down Q and throw it like up here or something. Yeah. Like right here.
Ik ben door, ja.
Perfect.
Oh, what the fuck
And then
was
we
that?
climb. From Goosey.
Stop climbing up the legs.
No! She fell. She fell with
Alice?
the big bong.
No! Alice!
I don't know how far
no.
it was. She
Oh,
has
I
big
see
bong.
her. I see her. She's down there. No!
Oh no.
You have to get big bong.
I got the most stamina. Hold up. Grab my backpack. Hold
Oh.
this. I'm going
So
back down to
sad
Bing
up
Bong. I'm gonna go get Bing Bong. Wait for me.
Okay.
Okay. I love how it's not even a rescue mission for Alice. It's just for Bing Bong.
Oh, I don't have enough stamina. I think I'm gonna die.
No, Nino. We're not gonna die.
I'm
Wait,
hungry too. I have like a slither.
Okay.
A
wait,
slither.
I'll go further. I'm gonna check if there's any luggage here that's gonna help us.
Okay.
Hey Alice, how's it going?
In case Robbie is
Do a
asking.
flip.
Backpack. Alice, press 4 to drop the backpack while you're dead. There you go. You
Oh,
let go
I
of it.
died.
Drop it.
I
You
died.
gotta drop it.
I died. I died.
No. Wait, I'll just open it. I'll just. Wait,
Nah.
No, what? Hello? Oh, there you go. The fuck?
I
Dog-ass
died.
video game, man.
I died. I died.
It's the real monsters holding onto the backpack.
Just refusing to let go. Guys, I hope you're still up there because I'm gonna need a hand.
I'm just right here.
Is Nino alive?
Nah, I don't know why she wouldn't be.
Okay, I think Nino might have passed out. Wait, okay, I'm coming back. I was trying to go ahead so I can check if there's any luggage.
Yeah, I might need a
Y'all
hand
said-
here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, we have a rope. We're fine.
Oh wait, fuck.
Oh yeah, Nina's passed out.
So funny story. I broke my legs.
Yeah, Fable, I need your help here. I need you to grab the other backpack. Come down here.
Okay, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to make it back up though.
Yeah, but I'm carrying Nino and a backpack, so I need you to grab this one because it had Bing Bong in it.
Okay, I have no stamina now.
Why? Bing Bong was never down there because Bing Bong is in Nino's backpack. Oh my fucking god, this woman.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't make it
Oh
up.
shit! I
I can
forgot.
grab you.
Someone has
I cannot
I'm
make it
carrying
up.
Big
anyway.
Bong.
No, you're fine.
in the phone.
Okay.
And it's like,
Alright, hold on. Wait
that's what's
there.
over, and she selected them all, and then she misclicked, and now she has to find them again.
Oh.
Gently.
Oh man.
There you go. We have a resurrection totem in one of the backpacks. Can you take it out of this backpack? We can bring Nino back. Hello? Oh my god, she passed out. She passed out while I was looking away. No, I can't grab her because I'm carrying me. No! And now she has Big Bong. No! Nino, wait here. Not Nino there. Oh my god! Fable! Where did she land?
She's over here. She's pretty down, very down.
Oh my god, here we go
She's
again.
just chilling out.
Yeah, she's
Oh.
she's down, me. Oh, she did.
Real die.
Yeah, I gave up, but he
Oh
wants
my-
Bing Bong, so.
Yeah, I need Bing Bong! Why stop dying with Bing Bong?
I love how you were.
I didn't know that I had big bug.
Hello?
Oh,
Oh
you're
my
like,
god,
hey,
I
can
still
you
have
take-
the other back.
Can you take this out of my bag? And I
There you
just
go.
passed out behind you. So you just stood there. It was so funny.
It was so
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, he's just stood there, but turned around.
Yeah, I was about to ask if you were fucking stupid or something. Like, can you just grab
She
the thing?
died when you.
Oh my god.
She
I
died.
didn't even know you were close to dying.
She only had a
I
slither
told
like
you.
me. And
Yeah, I told you.
You told me your health was low.
I told you I had like just a slither of stamina.
But I thought you were exaggerating because, you know, you're a woman and all that.
Oh my god.
wow. This is where I died.
I know.
This is where I watched my parents die.
Hi, buddy.
You can make it. You can do it.
Dying, living is underrated anyway. I forgot.
Okay.
Basically dead.
It's alright. Me and
Oh.
Bing Bong are going on an adventure.
Look, that was my
Oh, look,
body too.
skeleton.
That's my body.
Yeah, no, definitely, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
He dropped
grabbed her
me
because
and then I
wanted to
died.
revive her, and then she died.
I
Yeah.
can't help but notice
Oh,
that you're
do
not
you-
appropriately dressed for the weather.
Yes,
Do
I
you
am.
even have? Do you have the statue still? The rival thing? Because you don't think you've used it yet, right?
No, I didn't use it, but I'm not sure if I panicked and dropped it off the edge when I was trying to save you. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Oh no.
Suitcase, look at that.
There's a suitcase.
Yeah. Yep. That's mine here.
Oi.
Oh,
Chocolate.
lovely. Eat that.
You
That
got
wasn't chocolate.
You can-
chocolate.
Oh,
Oh, another
another
one.
one here.
Where are the capybaras? Oh, there's apple there.
You get this heat pack. There you go.
So what is that yellow thing? It's like a coat
Piton?
or something?
Piton.
Piton?
What? Oh, yeah, it's a piton.
Piton.
Well, get yourself
Ah.
Yeah.
Like the snake? Is it,
Uh,
is it, I
What?
mean,
No,
it
not
looks
a
like,
python. Not a python. A piton. You attach it to
Yes,
the wall and you can
it's-
hang on it.
Oh, it was like a carabine or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, a
the-
carabiner's. It's a carabiner. You don't stick against the. You don't attach it to a rope or something. You stick it into the ice.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Oh, I should go this way. This way looks safer.
There's an orange in
Yeah.
the tree, but I guess, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I'm
You
full
do have
on
room for it
on that
anyway.
right now. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's.
I mean,
it's
do
safe.
you need the
can jump
rope
on
though?
it.
Because there's no one with
Wait.
you that you need to get the rope to. Like, you don't need to give anyone a rope.
I might need it for myself
Maybe.
because I can just stick one into a wall and then I can jump to that. Makes it easier.
Also, just
Oh,
for
yeah, right, we
future
can swing now.
reference, if I have a chain launcher, how would I shoot it? It's just in case.
Hold up.
Oh my god. It's safe.
It's okay. It's okay. You can stand there.
There's a bag
barely.
there.
Like right mouse
Suitcase.
button or something?
See, suitcase.
No, left click. I think. Like I have it right here. You just left click. Like you just aim at something, and if a crosshair shows up, that means it can shoot to there, and then it creates
Okay.
a line from where you're standing to where you're aiming.
Okay.
Ow.
Yeah,
Ow,
you can
wind.
recover stamina from the piton.
Yeah.
Piton?
Piton.
People.
You don't want to fall there, by the way.
I wasn't planning on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm eating all of
Doesn't
these.
work.
Yeah.
For one,
I feel
yeah.
like you should. Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna throw the rope away and grab the piton because that's
Yeah, I was
more
gonna-
important right now.
I was gonna say maybe you should throw the rope away and.
Yeah. Can I stand here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just gotta hump the wall a little bit, you know?
Yeah. You just something you usually do.
Humping saves lives.
Can I have a
You
shirt
should
with that?
also create some, you know.
It's a humpback.
Oh, there's another luggage over here.
Humpback whale.
Okay.
Like up there.
Oh, I see it.
Seems also like a good way to go up. Oh, you're almost at the top.
Hell yeah.
All your friends may have died on the way, but it's fine.
Oh,
Oh, it's a
look, more
flare.
rope.
Yay!
Catch, pussies! Woo!
We're ghost.
Just in case we fall back down here, I am dropping rope off the edge.
Whoa, you're gonna
I would-
fall off. Also,
I'd
why is the
probably
rope
go
backwards?
like to this side.
Why is the
maybe.
rope there?
I
I
don't
try
know.
to go up
rope
on,
is
on
wrong.
here.
Hangs off the edge for me. I'm gonna go around here because I see.
Oh, there's a suitcase,
rock.
suitcase here.
Oh.
Here, this way.
Let me get
Okay.
that.
No, it's up. It's up. Oh.
Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. Can I hide here? Nope. Oh, that's going fast. I'm going down here. I'm gonna hide. Yep.
Oh.
I was
Yeah,
freezing there. I'm still freezing.
Oh,
Hello?
there's a suitcase.
Yeah, I was just still freezing over there for
There's
some
one
reason.
suitcase up here, and there's another one down.
Yeah. Oh, love, I'm just very frozen right now.
Let it go.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, but I can't use this for anything.
you can eat it.
Yep, I'm gonna fall asleep and fall off a cliff and die.
Oh. But where's the fun? Okay, there's a suitcase up here. Yeah, that way.
Hey.
And where are the capybaras?
Oh,
Oh,
sweet
look,
dude.
food.
Yummy.
The
Yummy, yummy.
capybaras.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find the Cappy Blappies here.
Yeah, do you even have the bugle?
Nope.
We
Oh,
have
man.
we have what
We have Bing
matters.
Bong though. Yes.
A
Bing
charred
Bong.
Bing Bong.
And I'm
Maybe-
seeing ghosts, but it's okay.
You may be a bit incinerated, but that's fine.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
The fog. I see the
I
fog
don't
down
even
there.
see- I don't even see the fog, but
Well, like that all the way down there, but nonetheless, I see it, and that's a problem.
well, if you were to go where you were before, where I told you, hey, you should go this way,
Oh wait,
there
I
was like
think,
a
I
very
think
good way out.
there's a safe spot up
Yeah,
here
but
where I
there's
am.
one up here as well.
Oh no, there isn't. Oh, I mean there is a little bit.
Hold on.
Piton.
Yep.
Piton.
Well, why did I
Oh.
lose all my stamina again? The fuck?
Is
Hello?
wind.
Because you were
Wind.
jumping.
Yeah, but hello? Why am I being hit? Why am I being hit with the wind? I'm not.
The gang's all here.
Stupid game.
Nunu just said
Shit
fuck
video
most
game.
likely.
Piss baby, piss baby.
I didn't say that, Taser.
What? What do I have in there? Piton. More piton. Lots of piton.
Thank you.
Wait, why isn't you're not holding on it? Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Oh, Piton?
Piton.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, almost. Almost.
Almost.
You must be safe.
Lunge
now.
forward.
Stand. Yeah.
I'm
Nice.
fine.
You
There's
make
the
gonna
little
make it.
fire.
Distance. Oh.
It'll be real awkward if you like fall into
It
a
would be
hole.
That
real
would
awkward
be
if I
real
just
awkward.
passed out. Oh.
Oh my god.
Probably
Drama
was hoping I'd
queen.
just kind of slip off.
Oh my That would have been very fun.
Oh my god! No!
The
No!
fire is right there.
No, we're ready to go to close again.
No!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's okay, you can get back up there. You just need to wait for your stamina to refill.
You can come this way, this area. See. Okay.
No, that's what I just tried.
Oh. Oh my god.
Alright.
Easy peasy. Okay. Do-do-do-do-do.
So the blue ice, is that extra slippery or is it
It will
No,
make
it
you
Could
go.
makes
have gone the other way,
okay.
I think.
So it tells you.
It makes you go.
That's fine.
Oh right, okay, got it. Yeah.
Get out of my face, Nino.
My sister just wrote me on Steam again, and she wrote, and I quote, "No bitches."
Whoa!
So if he floats in front of your face, are you really close as well?
Oh my god.
Are we close?
Yeah, I
Damn,
guess.
she's right.
What-
I know she's right, but
So
she don't have to say it.
Imagine that. You're gay and you still have no bitches.
I'm not gay! I am not gay. I still have no bitches though. I'm also not bisexual. I'm not bisexual. I'm not. I'm
She's
straight.
not bisexual. She's just straight up into women.
I am straight. I am into men.
Brother, the only straight you are is straight
Bring
up
us
gay.
back.
Oh my
Bring
gosh.
us back. Bring us back.
Shut up, woman.
Bring us back. Bring us back.
Yay!
Finally!
Ow,
A
I
bunny!
really lost health to that. The fuck?
What the
That
fuck?
is actually fucking insane.
Wow.
Yay, I'm alive!
Anything in this tree?
Bloody strum won't load.
Won't load.
Alright.
Oh no, Bungle.
Wait, is there always
have-
just not enough marshmallows in this?
No, there is. It's just because Nova left. So now it's all fucked up. And then, you know, yeah.
No
we have a mod that
marshmallows.
makes sure there's always enough, but it doesn't really work half the time when people are leaving and joining and playing.
No.
Bitchless community is the biggest group of them all. I don't want to be in the bitchless community though.
I thought you'd run that shit.
I don't.
Uh-oh.
Wait, but going down again just to climb up? That sounds.
Yes.
That seems, I don't know, counterproductive.
No, not if over here is small up, but over there is big up. You know?
Yeah, but smaller looks a
Alright.
bit like death here. I don't know.
Well, I mean, this
Hey,
area
look.
is usually one of the easier ones.
Mushroom. I put in backpack. I put mushroom in backpack.
Alright.
There you go.
Watch me
Wait.
say that.
Why does it show that Alice is
Alice
Alice carrying Big Bong?
Yeah.
She's not. I am.
That's...
I know. Oh,
Oh.
wait, that's weird.
Do you maybe want to give me Bing Bong?
No. You're just
You want me
gonna
to
die
carry it?
again. No. I carry Bing Bong.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh yeah, I see Bing Bong on her back.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, because she died with Bing Bong. That's why.
I don't have a
Wait.
In your bed.
I know how we do this. Look.
No, 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 don't waste it, don't waste it, don't waste it, don't waste it.
It's not a waste. There's loot up there. Look. Come on. boy.
Whee! Bustin'. Wait.
Yeah.
No!
Wait, why
I
are we
don't
falling?
have
Why are we
it.
falling? Why are we falling? Why are we falling?
How am I falling?
Riley! What is this? I'm burning! It's hot!
Right up there. We can't stand on it.
I died.
Not when I die with Bing Bong, it's gonna become a UFU as well.
Well,
I'm kinda hot though.
see, you know, like
Oh.
how I was like,
Oh, hi.
Help me! Help! I'm right here!
where's the luggage you were talking about?
Help!
Wait, I'm coming. I'm coming. Oh my god, where are you? Are you dead?
Yeah, he died. He's down here. He's at the bottom. He's in the bottom. He fell.
Wait, I don't see him.
He's just down there.
Oh.
Yeah. His head is keeping him aloft.
Oh wait, I see mushroom and all that. Marshmallow and all that down there, but I'm not gonna say I told you
Guys,
so, but
Thank you. Wait.
I did
Hold
kind of tell him
Guys,
so.
Oh, he died.
I killed myself. Just you were talking shit.
Oh
I
my
went up there
god.
just fine, and then your bitch ass climbed up behind me and you pushed me off.
Yeah. You guys were already falling. I was behind you guys. I saw
You
you
were
guys
on
fall.
me. You were
I
literally
fell.
on top of me.
I saw you guys be like, "Oh no, what's up? We can't stand here," and I walked past you.
Was it Alice? But no, because Alice isn't blue. You're the only blue one here. It was you.
No, isn't Alice dark blue?
No, she's like purple, right?
Well, she's dark.
No,
I don't know. I
she's
saw
dark
blue. I saw blue arms when I was on the chain climbing on top of me, and when I got to the other side, I just got flung off the edge.
Oh, my sister just wrote me. You did in fact tell them. So that means she's watching my stream too. Why are you not in chat? What the fuck? My sister's too embarrassed to be in my chat.
Bro.
You know what I'm gonna do? You know what
Maybe
I'm gonna do
coming
right
Might
now?
be a little hot
It's
here.
gonna be a bit warm soon. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh, he's going
Okay,
up.
that's gonna disappear now. All right, I'm gonna go this way. At least in theory.
You are burning.
Oh, it's gonna get. It's coming.
It's okay.
It's coming!
Oh, it's going back down.
Okay,
It's going down
that's
now.
good.
You can you just go right. Where you going?
No, I was gonna go over here and like go.
What?
Alright. Okay.
That's a hot rock right there.
I figure
I
I'm
know.
still dead, but... Wait,
Well.
Philo survived?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm alive.
She sacrificed all of us.
I didn't sacrifice. You guys were just fucking falling. I didn't do shit.
Ellis, what color is your character?
It should be blue, dark blue.
See?
Ellis, I think you. Ellis, did you jump across like together with me?
No, it was like below after you.
We can check. You know what? I'm setting a
okay.
stream marker. I'm setting a stream marker.
Wait, who? Because one of the blue people, I could see when I was climbing the chain. I could see the hands of one of you on top of me, and the second I got to the other side, I just got flung off
You
the
were
edge.
taking I took a shorter
Yay,
route, so I
hi,
think you just got
Bungo.
side by side at that point.
So okay, so you were on
But
top
I
of
was
me.
behind you. I was behind you. I mean, what should I do? Just hang there? Because my
Well,
stuff
well.
was running.
I heard Fable chuckle. I heard Fable chuckle. She's lying.
I'm not lying. I'm chuckling because I was right. I told you so.
What were you right about?
But that was me. That was me doing shit. I didn't sacrifice anyone.
I guarantee you, it probably was you.
I'll go back and clip
Okay.
it. I'll go back and clip it. I'll go back and clip it.
I bet it was you.
So,
This
are
is
you
Charlotte
guys
Bean. Oh,
in a different
hi!
collab now? I just realized that I'm not in chat anymore.
Oh yeah, Chat left when Nova left. We're not in a shared chat.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh.
My sister's in chat. You just got there when they fell. Yay! I just got there when they fell. Exactly.
Wait.
Exactly. See?
Like this.
You could hear them scream while you were climbing on the chain. Yeah.
I don't know. I just know the platform was perfectly safe to stand on, and then I got yeeted off.
Oh.
Told me so.
You didn't tell shit.
I
Oh.
did, in fact.
The
Tell me so.
backseat gaming from the only person alive is crazy. You're backseat gaming things that already happened. Fable, there's a cheeks
Alright.
below you. Below you.
Where?
Left.
Oh, there.
Motherfucker's blind, I'm not surprised.
This.
Well, at least I'm alive.
Then.
Brother, I can see on your health bar that you've died twice already.
Wait, that's
Okay, but I'm here now.
already? Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds
this
awesome.
area is pretty easy.
Oh yeah?
Yes, it
You
is.
say that because it's the only one you've survived.
Ooh, is that an edible egg?
Yeah,
Yes,
you can
it
cook it.
is. You can smash it on the ground, and then you get a
have it
fried
raw.
egg.
No,
This real life work like
Fable.
that.
It's not
It's
fried
okay.
yet, but you have the fryer in your backpack.
It sounds like
It's okay.
It came out
Yeah.
an omelette. It's fine.
I'm like a bodybuilder. I'm eating raw eggs.
No, they don't do that. They eat egg whites, not eggs.
You know, they give raw eggs to dogs sometimes because it helps with the coat, apparently. I mean, you did it, right? It's
Stupid-looking
kind of the same
motherfucker.
thing.
Yeah.
Dumb as fuck.
Classic grabby gaslighting, right?
It's not gaslighting if I'm right.
That's what a
Yeah,
gaslighter
it's
would
like
say.
way across.
You're just mad. You're
Okay,
mad
can I
at
grab
me.
onto that? Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Were you trying to push me?
What?
Okay, okay, you're typing. Okay, I thought for a moment you were like as if you were trying to push me.
Motherfucker, I'm dead. How would I push
I
you?
know, I
You
know.
You are so desperate to be a victim. It's crazy.
Wow.
Well, I'm just used to it by now
It is.
from you.
Yeah, you are used to pretending to be a victim. It's true. Every
No.
time anything happens, like I swear to
my
God,
God.
So some motherfucker gets murdered in fucking Moldova, and this motherfucker right here is sitting there like, oh, it's so sad. Oh, like we're supposed to be sorry for you.
Yes, it
bro.
is sad.
Yeah,
It
not
would
for
be
you.
sad, but yeah, not for
you.
me. Not for me, but even in your Delulu land, you didn't say that I.
Lululand.
Oh my god.
What the
This
hell?
motherfucker, I swear.
Take your antidepressant, climb the rock, and shut up.
Oh my goodness me, you're gonna make
Carry
it.
your crying bitch ass the entire way from a much harder level, and here you are going wait. Ain't no way you just ate that. You were missing one hunger.
I ate it because it gives me extra stamina.
That is insane.
I fucking that good anyway.
No, that is the best. What do you mean? That's the best food item in the game.
Airline foods, come on, that stuff's tasteless. It's garbage.
Nah, bro, that shit fire.
No way.
That shit fire.
Wait, are you looking at me?
What?
Dang.
No one's looking at
Look
you.
at Fable, who else?
Stupid looking motherfucker.
What the hell?
I swear.
We're gonna make it.
I swear on me,
I
mama.
believe.
Right, Lampy, right? Rampy's saying. Lampy's saying I'm also the only one who made it to the tab, but you had to use cheats to get your fucking thing.
I never use cheats.
Not sorry, mods, not cheats.
It's still not a cheat. I never used it.
I sent you chat share thingy, and I put the link in the Discord.
Y'all just making shit up and your chats are buying it because they're a bunch of Sims characters.
Oh my god.
Ah!
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, marshmallow. We all get marshmallow now. Yes.
Hell
We all get marshmallow. Fable?
Fable, come
Oh,
here.
sorry, I was.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought you died.
Imagine.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Fucking swear to God.
Oh,
What, you mad, loser?
I'm gonna
Mad?
cook this for Alice.
Hey, put this in your backpack. Stinky.
Tank burn ding mong. My backpack is full. Isn't there another backpack here?
You okay,
somewhere?
Alice?
You don't know? You're also full of shit. Got him good down.
Got a lollipop.
Is there no other backpack here?
I don't know.
Alright,
we
well,
don't need
take...
a stove, I think.
Yeah, no, the stove is
There's a bunch of stuff over here if anyone's got space for it. Alice, are you like... Oh, you're here. Okay, Alice, grab this stuff over here.
Oh. Also Alice, this one is yours. I'm gonna drop it here for you.
Alright.
Marshmallow.
Ninu,
Yeah?
will
Did
you
it work?
also let me into this shared chat?
I did, didn't I? Did I do it wrong? Yeah.
Wait, let me open Chrome. Just in
Oh,
case.
Alice is in.
I think it's, yeah.
Let me in. Let me join you.
Come
Come with me. And
you'll see.
In a world of your imagination.
Imagination.
Oh, pure imagination. I like fuck that. Oh, there's the link.
Oh my god. Tenacity.
Mr. Tenacity Psycho just raided my stream with 7 viewers. Everyone
Dang, he's driving pretty well.
If you have
Hey, how was your
It's
stream?
like almost a buckle, you know?
How was your stream?
No.
Did you play a rap?
No. I like women just like Fable.
This is like when you have that Taco Bell and you hold like a light.
Isn't that right, Fable? You love women.
The big creator.
I am straight.
Yeah. Straight up gay.
This is the second time you made that joke.
No, third time. And it's not gonna be the last.
He hasn't had his meds.
I have had my meds. Come on, Slowpoke.
Well, you know, if you go
did
by
some
the theory that
zip break.
bisexuality
May
can also be
have
about
fed myself
non-binary
into the
gender stuff.
processor.
Maybe
Oh no!
Fable's actually
No.
bisexual because he's
Oh
into
no.
men and
No.
monsters.
Wait, is it
No,
because
it
it's
wouldn't.
hot?
Well, it's
Or-
only
I don't even know.
it's only
In game.
bisexual if it's two, because bi means two.
Yeah.
So it can't be also non-binary. It would have to be specifically like non-binary and male or something.
Yeah, so
And then not
monsters
women.
now gender.
It's like a reactor meltdown in my face. Oh no. Oh
I don't know.
no.
I don't either.
Your mom's a gender.
Oh no.
They're so far away. I can only hear
Fable is the first trisexual men, women, and monsters. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, it's hot both game and in real life. Oh. Where are we going?
So.
Fable, you gonna show up today?
Yeah, you guys went ahead without me. I don't know what you want from me.
No, we
This
didn't.
seems.
Fun?
I don't know. This seems like a bit more like you don't have to overhang parts as much, but I don't know what's best. Because then you're gonna get problem here. So maybe here after all then.
Wait, can I point? How do I...
So earlier I was busy carrying you guys through the fire area.
There's suitcases here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, but they're like.
I have Bing Bong with me. You don't want to push me through the lava.
Don't worry, I took ping pong out of your backpack.
I can see that I'm carrying my backpack.
I said I took ping pong out of your backpack.
Oh, okay. I thought you said end my backpack.
This is an on-time tenacity raid. Remain calm. This raid is projected.
Attention. This is an on-time tenacity raid. Remain calm. This raid is projected to be 100% safe. Enough glitch no.
Yosh. No glitch me. No
I'm going
glitch
with the sauce.
No glitch no. No glitch no.
There you go. Wait.
God, this area is so small.
Yeah, up here. There's a bunch of platforms you can climb up to.
Okay, is everyone here so far? Ninu, Alice?
I'm on my way.
I'm working on it.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
on my way.
You're on your way.
I'm on my
Everyone's
way.
here.
I'm on my way.
Wait, does this lead anywhere? I feel like this leads pretty much nowhere.
Looks like.
I mean, this area can be like,
Yeah.
you kind of have to like squeeze your way through stuff and all that.
Wait.
and
Okay,
take
I have
it
an idea. I can
Okay.
rope us up here. I have a rope cannon.
But
Okay.
what if I can climb it?
Yeah, but that's
Or
just a
like-
waste. We might need that all that. Wait, or we could go over there, because then we can go up all those rocks. So we don't need to waste all this. We can just use
You mean
one.
these rocks?
Like if I
Okay.
I can put a rope here,
I'm on
and we can climb up to that. So hold up. We go back down. Right here.
Oh. I'm
And then
not
we
on
climb
my
up to
way. I'm not on my way.
This way. We go the other way.
Okay. I'll give you my hand, Nino.
Yay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's also
No, I
gives us
know
sugar
Cookie,
rush.
right?
Yeah. Okay. So if when we're up here, if I can put a rope right here, and then we can get all the way up there.
Okay.
Right. Just get them up first. Then on. There you go. So I'll put a rope here, up there, and then we can climb up there. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
I'm on my way.
Hold on. Let's see if we can make that jump.
Do you think we should have put the rope like up there so that we could go onto that long thing and then
No,
from
it's
there
too late.
to over?
No. It's too thick up there. We won't be able to climb all the way up. But right here is easy.
All right.
There you go. See up. Careful, it might be set on fire a little bit. There you go. Come here.
Oh, God, Jesus! What?
Did you? Big Bong!
Fable! Where's Big Bong?
You let her fall.
Let her fall. I grabbed your hand.
Help! I need a hand.
Grab her.
Oh, thank God.
It's hot.
Ooh.
It's hot.
Why is this
Yeah,
rock
I know.
Why is this rock still burning? Hello? Where's Big Bong?
She's dead.
It's because of the lava, isn't it? Ow.
Yeah, but why is this thing burning so much? Do we have a rope gun to get up here? Or something?
No.
Is this safe here? I can stand here, but I've got.
No, you still get broken down there as well.
I guess you gotta do this without me.
No. How far down are
I'm in
you?
I'm in a little crevice down there somewhere. I can see myself from here, but
Is it too far down?
No, it's okay, Nino. Just leave me behind. We'll do get the achievement another time.
No, but we can get it. It's right here.
Maybe karma is real karma for what? I didn't do it.
Yeah, Nino, right below the rock you're on.
Okay. She's not here.
Right there.
Oh,
on my
she's
thing.
there. Oh, I see her. Oh.
Yeah, Alice, do you have a rope or something?
I only have a barbecue, so no.
A barbecue?
Yay.
You got food?
Oh yeah, there's like very hot areas on the rock.
Just a stove. Let me get some dark blazing.
Oh, like that. Yeah, so
I
we
don't
gotta wait
think.
because we won't need it.
Yeah, I don't think you need the stove. You can throw it away if you need space in your inventory.
I'd like to try and block away.
Dang.
So, yeah.
I'm on my way. I'm on my way.
Be careful, baby girl. You're sleepy.
Yeah. I had the
Oh, maybe
lull.
you got a trail mix.
Wait,
Oh.
Nino, do you see the rope?
I think it's somewhere.
Oh yeah, it's above you.
Oh, it's above me.
It's okay. Don't jump for it. Go climb up there a little bit, and then you can make it. Or like jump from up there. You can also do that. You should be able to get it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you for carrying me. Oh gosh.
No worries.
It's hot. It's hot.
What do you not?
Hello.
Don't have to be wrong
Okay.
achievement. Well,
Hello.
because we've only made it to the top like a handful of times. I think this is the second time we played it. Oh, I mean, it's pretty much the first time we played it with the entire Sunday group. Usually people,
Oh, it's hot. It's hot.
die
Yeah, Nino, climb up here.
with being
Climb
born
up here.
I can't make it.
at some point.
Let's stand on that rock. Walk over
Okay,
here.
yeah, stay
walk
on the
over
rock. Oh wait, yeah, go over there. There's like, if you go a little bit further, yeah,
Here. You can walk up here. We gotta find a way to get over there.
Oh, bless you.
What's
Thank
that
you.
Get
music?
up. That's
like
because the
lava?
fog is coming, I think. I think the
With
fog is
you
coming,
mean,
yeah.
you mean lava?
Does it turn into lava when we're here?
Oh, the lava is rising, I think.
Oh
This one.
shit, yes it is. It is rising. How do we get up here? How do we get up here? Right, let me check the backpack.
Maybe we
Let me
have
check the
to-
backpack. Okay,
You can make it through the. You can make it if you use the burning rocks on your other side there over here. You can
Yeah, I was
just
thinking
use
we
those.
could run on those, but
Yeah, you
I
can-
have an idea. I'm gonna hop over there and
Yeah, you just
put a
gotta be quick.
piton on it. Alright, hold on. Yeah.
Fable echoes.
Oh, if you can
Bless
make
you,
it,
thank
then-
you, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sister of
Alright,
mine.
here. I put a piton. Alright, quick, go.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Uh-oh.
I need you!
Make it either.
It's oh shit!
I'm alive!
It's okay.
You're fine?
Yeah, I'm bandaging
Okay,
myself.
move to the side there, Nino, like over here. Or
It's
over
too
there,
hot.
like just go somewhere where it's
everything
not
is
burning.
hot.
No, over here, Nino, down here. There's a bit of the
Wait,
rock
okay,
that's not
Nino,
burning.
I got rope. Stay there. I'm
Just wait until
dropping
your burn is gone.
a shitload of rope down here.
Okay.
Can you jump to this rope when it's down?
Probably shouldn't have jumped at this time.
You
No.
can't jump, but you can climb over there and like get a little bit closer maybe.
Oh.
Unless you want to like risk
Wait.
the jump. Okay, yeah.
You got this?
Yeah. Do it!
There you go.
It's hot!
There you go.
Okay.
Go.
Okay, I'm gonna need help.
there we
I'm gonna
go.
need help.
I'm coming.
Help her better than you helped me.
Oh yeah, I pushed you by the way.
Yeah, I was thinking you did that.
Yeah, I did. 100%.
Yeah, cause
You deserved it.
There's a pizza
For
in
what?
there in that chest. We shouldn't
Piton.
use it. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Piton.
can you get the piton?
Eat on.
Okay. This is just kind of the edge here. So how do we
For
get
some
up
reason
here?
I'm seeing two ghosts from Fable. Like, I feel there's just two of them. Like,
Oh.
kind
No,
of phasing through each
wait.
other.
No, it's just it's just 'cause
Oh,
we're in,
you've
it's
got
so
little
hot here.
tail.
It's the heat wave.
Got little tail.
Oh, over here. We can climb
It's
up to
just
this
hard
side.
there.
If we go up to this rock.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Nino, wait here. Ow. Hold up. I'm replenishing while I'm burning.
Okay. Do you have rope?
Close there.
We're fine. Okay, hold up. Ninu, I am dropping rope.
Yay!
Tell me when it reaches you.
Okay. It reaches. Yeah.
Is this good?
Yeah, this is good.
Here you go. I'll pull that. Cool.
Thanks.
No problem.
Do you guys still have Bing Bong? Oh yeah, it's in the backpack.
Yeah.
Bing Bong is in backpack.
It was just so dark I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that. Oh, wait. Turn around. Here. Can you give me the piton? Here you go. Okay.
Oh my god.
Whoa. We're fine.
Okay.
Alright. Come with.
You can do it, Nino.
Oh wait, I didn't rest there. I didn't rest on the piton.
You didn't even need it, then. Oh, right here. Wait, what do we have in the backpack? Hold up, we have the platform. Hold up. How do we get?
Don't hit me on my head though.
I wasn't
What's
landing on
that
it.
sound?
I'm just gonna slip down here so you have space.
Hold up.
Oh, that was probably just stomping from the mic. Okay.
Ooh, oh, hang!
No.
It's okay.
I didn't even know you were climbing up with me.
Man.
Alright, I got you.
You're fine.
Outbirding. Do you need rope or are you good?
No.
Okay, you're good.
No, she needs help. She doesn't have that much stamina left.
Oh, I have this
Alright,
though.
hold up. No, wait,
maybe it's-
don't do it, don't. Okay.
Maybe you want to take Bing Bong out of her backpack just in case. Because she has a lot less stamina than you.
She's got a nap.
Oh wait, right now it's okay actually. Right now she's got pretty much
Well,
the
yeah,
same.
I took Bing Bong out.
Oh god.
Oh.
Told you.
I took Bing. Oh, you good?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. Come here.
I might fall asleep.
And she has like a tiny slip of stamina now, so it's now.
What are you missing? Health? Because there's a bandage here.
No, see, I
sleepy.
think that's lollipop, right?
There's another lollipop.
But
She's missing a
the
tiny bit of
sleepiness.
health.
Yes, but what is causing that? Is she missing health or food
No.
or what?
It's gonna.
But it's gonna go
No,
away.
you can't do anything about it. It's gonna go away. But it was delicious.
Yeah, it's just...
It was very delicious.
Hold up. You good? Alright.
Jesus.
Okay.
That's
I don't know how that happened.
Well,
Kinda hot.
Yep. I got more bandages here. Trail mix. Hey, yoink. Want an energy drink?
I drank it.
Well-
Oh!
Oh, the bandages. Oh.
Wait, you hit me!
Well,
well, they got all the items.
Don't worry, we don't need them.
I
got
do
Bing
need
Bong
them.
on me. No, I got Bing Bong. Don't worry. You dropped the lollipop. You don't need it.
I need it.
I think we're better off trying to go up over here.
She had an
God damn
energy
it.
drink and something else as well.
Did she drink it? Oh, woman. You're just gonna be
I
sleeping
couldn't
the whole
drink it
time.
because you hit me.
Well, good.
That's a job set.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing then.
Who are you, the health police? She's
No,
all
I'm
about
just
that.
saying. I'm just saying.
Man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Hold on. You got that.
No, I'm having bad, so I guess you're getting closest.
Yeah, buddy. Oh,
Oh, gee.
Are you good? Wait, climb again,
She's
climb
good,
again.
she's good.
I did that.
Thank you.
Hold up, there's a suitcase over here. Ow, burning, ow. Ow, burning, ow. Ow, good help.
Real awkward if he dies.
Yeah, where the fuck did those tomatoes come from?
Medkit.
No?
No.
Sorry guys, I'm kind
Really
of...
have kids?
I'm kind of...
I have bandages and both of us are full health.
State right now, I'm sorry.
Oh, there's a band-aid in here in my bag.
Where are we going?
Um,
Oh, we go right over here?
we can go over there.
Yeah, we just go up. Wait, no, I'm not standing there.
Hello.
Well, you can see the exit already.
You see it?
Straight up might be best where you are right now.
Yeah, I don't think going to the other side is going to be worth it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm also not entirely sure I can climb up this thing up there.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Okay,
have
there's
no
nothing you can
stamina.
go up here. What the hell? I thought there was like a little ledge here that you could
No, like up here, right?
Yeah, but I don't think you can. Yeah, unless you have like Python or something. It's gonna be better off, I think.
Nino, do we have a
I haven't played
piton?
this game much.
No. I have no piton. I might have had it before you hit me. So.
Right? Nope, can't stand there.
Okay.
Alright, Nino, we can't go this way.
One thing
Oh, okay.
that before my
gotta go
phone.
back down.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you threw tomatoes at me. That's fine. I'm
Yeah,
used to
we
it.
have to go over there, I think.
Well,
Because we can't go up here.
I can walk on this.
Oh, you're over there.
Yeah.
You can do it, Nino. I believe
I try my best. I try
you
my
tried
best.
so hard, not so far. In the end, it also really matters.
Yay!
Trying your best means nothing if you don't win.
Oh my god. Lampy joining in.
Sweaty.
Of course you are. Of course you're a Lampy.
I mean, I think all of us are sweaty. We're in a volcano.
No, but you're the sweatiest.
Damn.
I
do sweat a lot.
You man.
What the hell, man? Is there... Can I
You
stand
have a
here?
problem here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. If you fall, you
No,
go
I'm
fall
fine,
in
I'm
the
fine,
wrong
I'm fine.
direction.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Should I go
there's
there?
a spot right here. There's like
Okay.
a singular pixel you can stand on right here.
Oh.
I can't
Go
grab
to
you
the
though.
left. Oh no.
Go, move left, move left. I can drop a rope down for you when you're there.
Oh, it's okay, you're safe, Neil, you're safe.
Da-da-da.
I can drop rope.
Okay.
That's the best I can do.
Okay.
Oh, don't be sorry, what the fuck? Don't be sorry.
I mean, he took your
Sister of mine, do not be sorry. I don't actually know what that does. Adrian is like, oh wow, this queue is really full, and I don't know what that means.
I can't.
She's missing a lot of stamina.
Drop the backpack. Drop the backpack.
But it has
I have Bing Bong.
this band-aid. I'm gonna put it on.
Oh, it doesn't do anything. No.
It would be nice if it fixes the hunger, but I guess it doesn't.
No. Okay.
You got this.
No, I don't have it.
She's already out of stamina.
Shit. Maybe there's a suitcase up here.
See, the people like it. The people like when I get stuff thrown at my face.
I'm hungry again. My tummy's going funny.
They cheer and rejoice. They scream to the heavens.
Alice, do you see any suitcases around here?
Can break them all done. Oh, don't worry, it's probably fine. I don't even know what it does. Like, I'm not sure what that's for, except for like refunding people if something didn't work.
Oh wait. Okay, wait. Maybe I can go give her a boost. Nino, I can give you a boost up to it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Because I have good amount of stamina.
Was that another? Oh my god.
Where's the thing?
Yep, that's what it's doing. It's be throwing stuff at my face, for real, for real.
Oh, there, I see it. Okay, yeah. Let me get down there.
Here's empty now. Oh shit, danke!
Woo! Alright, there you go.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, actually, even better, even better. I have a better idea.
What?
I'm gonna carry you.
Okay. Thanks.
Now there's not much difference between the two of you anymore, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ah, shit, right.
It's-
Wait, hold on,
Wait,
hold on.
I jumped off. I jumped off
Oh
of you.
shit!
Oh, you did?
no.
Oh, that's perfect, that's perfect.
Wow. Wait, that's
Yes.
actually really good to know.
Ah!
No! Keep touching the wall, keep touching the wall.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
can
found
stand there, you
it! I
can
found
stand
it!
there.
I found the spot!
Yep, hold up. I'll give you a sec. Here you go, here you go.
Oh, then you want to hydrate.
Sweet.
Nice.
Okay.
Sick.
Okay, if you gotta climb a little bit over to the right here to make it up, I think, because it's steeper on the left.
Okay.
Thank you, Lampus, for feeding
It's
you
right there.
and watering you. Tamagotchi, that is me.
I got you. No! Okay, try again. Oh! Hey, yo! Ow. Well, it's a good thing I carried this bandage with me the whole time.
Give me a boost.
Okay,
Yeah.
go.
Wait, where's the
Wait, what? How do I boost? I just stand up, right?
jump?
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello. There you go.
It's hot.
We go. Let's go. Ow.
Oh my
There's
god.
the top.
I have no items left, by the way.
No, me too.
I think we climb up over there?
Well, there were some earlier that fell down into the lava for some
Yeah,
reason.
and energy drink. What do you want me to use that for, bro?
And
Also
lollipop!
a bandage.
And a lollipop!
Shut up.
You can use it
Bandage.
to climb, stretch like this, and then if you save from the top, you can nap a little, right? But this is gonna be.
Oh shit!
Thing.
Maybe try to make something like on this side, like
Wait,
go up to
can
this
you-
big
can
one
you give
over
me a
here.
boost? What if you give me a boost right here? No, wait for me.
No, there's no
Let me
way.
tell. I'll tell you when. Now,
Wait, you're not my head.
I'm on the wall.
Oh, okay. You're not gonna
Can I
make it.
stand here? Nope, can't stand here. Grab me!
I would.
That thing?
Man.
No. Wait. Okay,
I-
that bridge
I
over there.
don't
That bridge over there somehow. If we go up here.
I'm not gonna tell you I told them so because I don't think.
Where should I go?
You know we can hear you.
Where should I go, Fable?
Over here. Jump on the wall here.
I don't think I can make it.
No, you're fine. I'll grab me.
Oh my god! I have
Yep,
no
okay.
shit. Oh man.
Oh, man. Wouldn't do anything.
Can I stand here? Nope. Can't stand there. Okay, hold up. I
Want
can't
to boost?
stand on that side.
I don't
if
think
you
there's
get up
anything up there. Okay, well, you didn't take my
We're
boost.
going. No, I got this.
Okay.
Hold up. Okay. Wait. Can I walk? Oh, I can go around it. Okay, climb up.
Okay. Oh my god, bye.
No, oh, okay.
I can't make it, it's too high. It's too high.
Are you on top of that rock down there?
No.
Okay, we do the thing again. Get on my back, and when I'm about to give in, you jump off.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Jump! Grab me! Please!
I'm not up there yet. I'm falling! You made me look!
What do you mean made you look?
I looked backwards at you because you said grab me.
Yeah, okay. You get all the way up first then. Okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me get up here.
Yeah, you go.
Okay.
You up?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, grab me. Thank you. Very good. Alright, sneak around the edge here.
Okay.
And
What? What was the point?
I don't know. I was just
go to the rock above you.
Yeah, right. You see above. Look up. Look up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna make that.
Get on my back. No. You get on my back. I'm gonna climb over.
Little to the side might be better, but I don't know.
Like if you go straight up, that.
Okay, I'm gonna go up, and you just. I'll tell you when to jump off.
Okay.
Jump.
He fell.
Okay.
Just
Are you up there?
Yeah, I'm up here.
Just made it.
Okay.
Mine sweeper. Tic-tac on your forehead.
Grab
You
it.
could, but my
Grab
forehead's
it.
covered. If I were to
Take it,
remove
take it.
my bangs, then yes, you could absolutely play
Oh, you're
tic-tac-toe
actually
on
gonna
my forehead.
Right?
Can I stand here? Hello? Can
Don't think so.
I-
Don't think so. But there's like you can.
Oh my god.
You can go on this side.
Wait. Nino, grab me.
Your head is big.
Yeah, up,
Yeah, you can.
up
you
here.
can go up here to this one.
Right here.
Oh my god. This hot.
Yeah, and then you can jump over to this thing here.
Yeah, over here. We go up to this, I guess.
Oh man.
And go up that way. You're almost at the top.
We got it. We're doing it.
You
I'm
did
not
have
sure I
both
can
things
make
before, but I
it.
didn't do a toggle for it. Maybe I should do a toggle for it. So if you ever want to see my shiny head again, then you can do that, and you can polish it. You know.
You are
You can draw.
like exceedingly bald.
I'm
hold
not.
up.
You told me I have
Alright.
a small
Okay.
forehead.
Yeah, like it is actually insane. Your eyebrows connect to your hairline. It's fucking absurd.
It's like a 3 head. That's
Like, no,
amazing,
I
isn't
mean,
it?
no, like seriously, she doesn't have one. Like, if you look closely, the hairs between her eyebrows and her hairline, you can see them. It's fucking
That's just-
ridiculous.
You know, I bet you they're called bangs. you
No,
know,
it's because she's
bang.
part Italian. It's not fair. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
wait,
you did
wait,
teach me
wait.
for
Let me
before.
get
I'm
stand
gonna
up,
do
let me
like
get
one
stand
more
up.
time and then.
No, I'll tell you one. No, Nino, I tell you.
Okay.
Now.
Like redemption thing? Wait, you mean redemption for my bald head or?
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
I got you. Oh.
He said he got me, but he lied.
I did grab you. I don't know what happened. There you go. Hello?
Yes,
I don't know. I'm grabbing you. Okay, I'm gonna grab you from the side.
Okay.
So you don't get pulled into the rock or something. There you go.
Okay, yeah, and you can go over here. Yeah, and there's like a
Right
it almost
here.
looks like a staircase.
If you look behind you, then that might actually be. Actually, it doesn't really matter, I guess.
No. I
This
think
might be easier.
Yeah, I think both works.
Does that lead us
okay.
to
Hello?
stand
Why
on
is like
that?
why?
This might be rough.
Bruh.
Oh.
Where you
Why
fall?
you
Just
don't-
rest on
don't
each
look at
rock
me
that
like
you can.
Never.
But you have Bing Bong, you shouldn't die right now.
Oh my god. Don't die. There's a little. You can rest here.
Whoa. What's
Did I
happening?
boost you?
Whoa, I know, whoa. Okay. Here you go, here, I got,
Oh,
no.
man.
Come here.
Okay, thanks.
There you go.
Redeem
Oh my
forehead. I'm going to redeem my forehead. My forehead is beautiful.
You thought
Why is it getting?
Table
Oh
story.
my.
Why is it so red?
It's.
Why is it
your
red?
forehead is just perfect.
I don't like that.
Yeah, why is everything red?
Okay. No, I think it's just it's just because there's
It's
light
just a
now.
shade, because
Oh.
it's the kiln, but you upstairs it's still applying the kiln shaders, you know. I think.
Why is there big smoke?
Where?
Lampy, I'm not sure if my sister is running out of Fable
I think that might be
stories.
the peak, isn't it?
There aren't that many Fable
Oh, it's
Yeah,
there.
but which
see?
direction?
It's there.
Just
This
keep.
direction.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
over
see,
here,
I see.
over here. You can see the.
Flag.
I see
It's
fields
right
of
there.
green.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm actually running out. See, there aren't that many Fable stories.
Oh my god, it's right there.
Fable had a very uneventful life.
There might even be fruit in those trees there, or is it rocks? I can't tell from this distance. I think it might just be rocks actually.
We won't need it because
Yeah,
we're
it-
about to win.
Well, Nini is like on the verge of passing out, I think. Yeah, she's got a little bit of stamina left.
Yeah.
She's fine. She's
I'm
fine.
like
I'm
a
gonna
quarter,
try and get
maybe
as
less.
fast as I can.
The fifth.
And if I'm about to pass out, I'll let you know so you can just carry me there.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
Oh!
I was trying. I
Don't-
really tried. I was trying to drop her off the edge. Day 12? It took us 12 days? Damn.
Well, that was 4 days just for this level now, because I think it was at 8 when we started the kiln.
Weird.
Unbelievable.
Come here.
Almost there, Nini.
I'm trying my besties.
Yeah, was there?
You are doing so good.
I believe in you.
What if I just yeet Bing Bong off the edge now?
No.
Don't do
Be
it. Don't
very
do it.
sad
I
if you
really
do
want that
that.
cosmetic.
Is that the propeller hat?
Yes,
Oh, good God, we need that.
exactly.
I don't even want to throw him off.
Is it a case of beer?
No,
Or
flares.
fireworks?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of my embarrassing stuff does happen on stream nowadays, doesn't it? And you
I'm
guys, I,
Oh!
sometimes
What?
clip it,
No,
sometimes
stop
I
it!
clip it for some reason.
I'm actually getting very low.
No, you're fine. You're
Oh.
fine. You're good.
I'm not fine. Where's the rope? No, please!
Dropped her off the edge. No.
Where's the
But you
rope?
gotta, there.
Right here.
Am I climbing it?
I have no stamina. Oh. We're good. Help Bing Bong escape the island. Let's go!
Yes, sing along.
We did it!
Congrats!
Bing
Right
Bong,
there.
Bing Bong.
Hi, Frankenzoid, welcome back.
Oh, man.
I love that line. That
What?
line in the beginning going off the
4
screen.
meters, it only shows 4 meters for me, and that's it.
Oh shit,
That's
that's
Nova.
gone off the screen.
Oh,
Your
oh
face.
4 meters for
no.
Cecilia, and everyone else is
Bing
0, I
bong.
mean.
Lovely.
Yeah!
Favorite left
Yeah, Bing
yeah,
Bong.
imagine why.
Bing Bong escape island. Yay.
Yeah, we made it!
Woo.
Peak. I want to have the thing. I want to have the Give it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Give it.
Jesus,
The
no
hat.
personal space, guys. Come now.
Perfect.
Oh my god, it spins!
Nice.
It spins!
Yay, propeller hat.
I
Yeah!
look so adorable. I am Bing Bong certified. I am so happy I got this little hat. Oh my god. You look like a Gumball character right now.
I'm on my way!
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah.
He fell.
Oh man. Well, I think I gotta go though, cause I am really hungry. I haven't eaten
I am
yet.
starving. I need food. I haven't eaten since I woke up.
Yeah,
Which
same.
was, you know,
Wow.
like 5 minutes before this started.
Yeah, same.
But, you know.
I'm on my way.
Okay, anyway, we won the video game.
We won,
We
guys.
did.
We
We only
won.
had like 8 other difficulties.
Alice, are you gonna be streaming?
Maybe. Actually, I'm kind of icky, but I'm thinking about it.
I'm flicking my finger at you, boy.
Are you gonna be streaming, Nina?
No, I'm gonna stop. 'Cause I'm
Okay.
hungry. I'm real hungry.
Yeah, all of us we need to get our mountain
Literally
climber
all
food.
of us are just gonna order a pizza. Come on, let's go.
I can't order pizza.
Yes, you can.
Why not?
It's first of all too late now to do that.
No.
Second of all, I don't have the moolah.
Nuh-uh.
Actually, no, I'm not going to.
The things are closed. All
Get some of
delivery
the
places are
Sims
closed.
characters in your chat to do it.
Oh my! Don't call them. They're not Sims characters.
What? Sims?
It's like I'm trying to dick the fucking wall.
Oh
What?
my god.
Poke that bitch.
So
A little
rude.
bit
So
suggestive, isn't
rude.
it?
Thank you,
What if I stand in
thank you,
front
thank
of
you.
it and then-
I will eat something. I don't know why.